Before Key and Peele blew up, before Saturday Night Live had a serious rival, there was MADtv. Loud, fearless, and unlike anything else on late night TV. This is the rise, fall, and forgotten genius of one of the weirdest sketch shows ever made. I love this show. It was so funny. I watched it more than Saturday Night Live because they had the best sketches. They were edgy. They did stuff that Saturday Night Live wouldn't do. It was just a great comedy show on the same level as Saturday Night Live. And Fox had a gold mine and they just let it fall apart. I don't know if they were scared of Saturday Night Live because I think they came on an hour earlier. They came on at 10 o'clock. But I think they could have been on the same level as Saturday Night Live, bringing in new cast members, having their cast members go on to bigger and better things, but they just let it go for some reason, and I hated that when it finally got canceled. In 1995, MADtv debuted on Fox as a rebellious alternative to the long-established SNL. Inspired by Mad magazine, it embraced obscurity, crudeness, and punch-in-the-gut satire. This wasn't your parents' sketch show. This was unapologetically raw. This show was so funny. It was hilarious. I was 15 when it came out. I literally watched this shit every week because it was so funny, especially the first season. First season was amazing. And like I said, I thought it compared greatly to SNL, except it came a little earlier. And Fox was always good at like pushing the edge with shows like Married with Children and stuff like that. The Simpsons. They were one of the edgy network at the time. So this was on cue with their brand on what they wanted to sell. MADtv had an all-star cast. Before anyone knew their names, Deborah Wilson, Ari Spears, Nicole Sullivan, Mo Collins, Will Sasso, Phil Lamar, Michael McDonald, Bobby Lee, and later Keegan-Michael Key and Jordan Peele. This is so true. I didn't even remember Key and Peele being on there, to tell you the truth, but I definitely remember Bobby Lee.
I've never seen an Asian guy with buck teeth. Right? We're not all bad drivers. We're good at math. And my girlfriend's vagina does not run horizontally, okay?
I definitely remember Ari Spears.
You're not black or white. You're football players, which means you're part of a team. My team.
And Deborah Wilson.
And as Whitney screws up your favorite classics over and over again.
Who told you to stop the music? Who told you to stop? Bitch, who told you to stop?
They were iconic. They had their iconic characters. They were so funny, especially Michael McDonald as Stuart. Oh my God.
Am I on TV?
You sure are. You sure are, sweetheart. Tell us your name.
Look what I can do.
This shit was hilarious for its time, and they were killing. I think they were killing Saturday Night Live. I don't remember the cast in '95 when Saturday Night Live was out, but I'm pretty sure I was watching MADtv more than I was watching Saturday Night Live. All because their characters were super funny and they weren't cookie cutter like SNL. While SNL was focused on political humor and celebrity impressions, MADtv thrived on recurring characters, shock humor, and brutal parody. It wasn't afraid to cross the line, and it did often.
Ike, what are you doing here?
What am I doing here, anime? I'm delivering them damn pizzas. It is. You don't want to meet the real life turn up in here, do you? You want to meet him? You knock on the door. You can meet him if you want. Ike Turner, ladies and gentlemen.
Man, you sure look like Tina.
Thank you, but I'm not.
You look like Tina, though.
Shut up. I'm Deborah Wilson.
This show crossed the line. They did a bunch of fucking shit that should not have been on TV. The Oprah shit was funny.
Hey, how are you? Welcome to the show. Hey, guess what, you guys? Dr. Phil is here.
Like I said, the Stuart shit was funny.
I was in the back playing cards.
You let my son play cards?
Yeah, we're real naughty here.
Well, Stuart, you have me worried sick.
They did R. Kelly.
Came backstage. If anybody asks, lie about your ass.
They did like everything that you're not supposed to do on TV, but it was so funny that it didn't fucking matter. And Ari Spears, in my opinion, was the star of the show. He was so fucking funny. His sketches when he was on screen. He did Shaq.
Today's show is about helping out a friend, but I'm not talking about Corby. Corby's my friend.
He did everybody. It was just, everything was on point with this show. And like I said, it was way better than what Saturday Night Live was putting out on a regular basis. It was just funny. And that's how funny it's supposed to be. And like I said, Fox was good at pushing the envelope. And people loved the show. I thought it was a great show. And it was on for a while. So when it got canceled, it was a real shocker. But I can also see why it got canceled, because a lot of the stars that started the show moved on or whatever. And it just got a little more watered down. Was it really funny? That's the big question. Was MADtv actually funny or just outrageous? It depends on who you ask. Critics were divided, but fans couldn't get enough. I thought the shit was funny. Like I said, the Stuart part was fucking hilarious. Stuart and Dot. Ari Spears doing DMX, Jay-Z impressions. Keegan Michael Key and Jordan Peele, Coach Hines bits. Everything was so funny. It was so like over the top funny that SNL could never do any of the skits that MADtv were doing. They were just too over the top. And it was just stuff that you didn't see on a regular sketch program. So that's why it was so funny. I can see why a lot of people didn't like it, but I think a majority of the people did like it. I remember talking to friends at school and they loved MADtv, like more than Saturday Night Live. Not only because it came on earlier, but because it was just, the characters was just funny and they weren't doing the same shit that everybody else does. That's what made it original. They were doing stuff that people didn't see on regular sketch shows. After 14 seasons, MADtv was canceled in 2009. The ratings had dropped, Fox was shifting focus, but there were other concerns too. Budget costs, changing audiences, and internal tension. So one of the reasons why I personally think it was canceled was money factor is always number one. The studio lost faith in the product. So SNL has been on for 50 years or something like now or whatever. They had a bunch of bad seasons, but the company, the network never lost faith in them. They always thought they would come back with a better cast, more funny jokes and all of those stuff. Fox wasn't having that. They was on 14 seasons, which is a long time for any show. But to have that staying power like SNL, you have to have the faith from your studio. And Fox was not gonna go through the lean seasons more than they had to. So I guess when they started getting bad, Fox saw the writing on the wall and they didn't want to ride with them anymore. They wanted to keep it going and cancel the show because they didn't want to lose the money. Because when you have a bad season, you're gonna lose money. And I guess NBC just knew they were going to lose the money, but they knew they had the people in place that would bring them back better stars or whatever and make the show better. Like I said, there's been several seasons of SNL where they were just terrible. And then they come back with great fucking stars like fucking Will Ferrell and all those guys. They reestablished how good that show was, and Fox wasn't going for that shit. Fox is like, fuck that. We're losing money. The show's not good. 14 years is a good run for any show, especially a sketch comedy show. We can't compete with SNL anymore, and so they let them go. Also, cast members was feeling themselves. They were doing the Saturday Night Live thing. They thought they could go off and do their own projects, and eventually that shit catches up to you. So in 2016, the CW tried to bring back MADtv, but it didn't land. New cast, new tone, and none of the old magic. It was like trying to reboot In Living Color without the Wayans brothers. It just didn't feel right. It's hard to bring back old IP, especially after 7 years. Audiences change, people grow up, they get tired of the same humor, people's ideal of humor changes or whatever. And it's hard to bring back a show like that with the original cast that was so good, and you bring back this new cast trying to do the same shit. And it just doesn't work. It's hard to get that shit to work. Fox has a history of having these type of shows, like I said, in Living Color and the original MADtv, but it bringing it back on the CW, a network hardly nobody watches, and not having the original cast, it just wasn't going to work. Too little, too late, in my opinion. So where's the cast now, you might ask? Many of the original cast went on to do big things. Here's where they are now. Deborah Wilson does voice acting for Star Wars, Jedi, Survivor, and Call of Duty. Keegan Michael Peele, we all know what they're doing. Key and Peele, Nope, Get Out. Key is doing the acting thing. Peele not so much because he's doing the movies and he's a fucking great director. Bobby Lee, Tiger Belly podcast, Bad Friends, Ari Spears stand-up impressions. I still see Ari Spears around a lot. He's always on MADtv. He still does the stand-up. He still has shit on YouTube or whatever. Nicole Sullivan, King of Queens, and she does voice acting. And Will Sasso, Mad Men podcast, TikTok sketches. So they're all out there doing stuff. The original cast, I truly enjoyed them. I truly like listening to them. And like I said, I like Ari Spears. I still listen to him. He's super funny to me still. And I like the way he's real, and he showed how being big. He was like 20 years old when he was on MADtv, and he thought he was like the shit. And I like how real he is and how he told how being on that show so early changed him and how he thought he was bigger than what he was and stuff like that. So I love the whole cast, especially Ari Spears, like I said. So at least they're all doing something, and I truly enjoy when you can move on from a show that big and still do stuff afterwards. MADtv was raw, wild, messy, and unforgettable. It wasn't perfect, but it gave us moments we'll never forget, and lots of careers we're still watching today. That's gonna do it for the video, guys. Drop a comment with your favorite MADtv sketch. Was it funnier than SNL? Should it come back? Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share, and all that good stuff. Hit the bell for more comedy throwbacks and TV deep dives and movie stuff. Thanks you guys for watching. You keep it on anybody else's channel when you decide to watch mine, so I truly appreciate you guys for giving me 10 minutes of your time. There's only 24 hours a day, and you gave me a couple of minutes of yours, so thank you. That's gonna do it for the video. Watch my other videos. Continue watching these videos. I'll be back with another one in the next couple of days. Have a good one. I'll get at y'all on the next one. Later.